Guys, before we start the speech, I think we should all say to Ian, to Josh, and to Lara, what an amazing night you put on. It's incredible. We thank you so much for it. We're all having a great time. When I first met Josh, I thought that he was arrogant, sarcastic, and you know what? Possibly on the spectrum a little bit. However, that was nearly a year and a half ago since we moved into college together, and having gotten closer to him now, shared many close experiences, I think he's arrogant, I think he's sarcastic, and definitely on the spectrum. It's actually rare that I can find a person that I click so well with that I can sit in absolute silence with them one moment, be roaring in laughter with them the next, only to be silent again in total comfort. But now that I think about it, writing this, Josh might have actually been plotting something seriously diabolic in all those silences. Some of the most common things that come out of his mouth are, "Oi Min, don't you reckon I'd make a great criminal?" Or, "I can't wait to be in a position of power when I'm older." I mean, seriously, the theme tonight is gangsters. Makes sense, right? Despite aspiring for a life of organised crime, Josh is one of the best guys I know. He's got a bigger heart than he'd like to admit and cuts straight through the bullshit 100% of the time, a trait which I really appreciate. A lot of what made Josh and I so close very quickly at college were our similar interests. The first thing that Josh saw when he walked into my room was a Led Zeppelin poster and a Pulp Fiction poster. We instantly connected on these points of music and movies, and, well, we knew it would be a good year together. You could catch us on any other night, reenacting Shakespeare in our rooms, putting on immaculate Scottish accents to perform scenes out of Trainspotting, weirdly enough, once doing old Just Dance routines, and even weirder, once choreographing our own dance to the Ghostbusters. Ask him about that later, please. Seriously, if there was a camera in my room last year, you'd think we'd belong in a loony. And a good year it was. The days that we spent in North Chapel at Paul's were full of memories, from holes being punched or made by water damage in the roof, to going to formals and utterly abandoning our days to hang out with each other all night. To all of our various sing-alongs, my favourite of which was the time that we convinced both of our mothers to hit a vape while we sang along to Elton John in the background. Nice one, Lara. Through many drunken I love you mans, shenanigans, desperately shit yarns, and all the rest, I've always had fun if I was around Josh. I couldn't imagine going through the immense period of change that we did last year without each other, or really life from here on. Maybe one day Josh will sort out his love life. I don't know, probably not. I would like to leave you all with a story from the night of Sancta Formal last night. It was one of the most fun nights Josh and I have ever had together. The story actually starts near the end of the night. We've had a full night of fun, and having arrived at afters, we were some of the first people there. We quickly realised that there was a bar tab, and that the tab would run out very quickly. We asked for 3 double shots each, and I only remember 3 things from the rest of the night. Number 1, convincing some seriously unfortunate second-year Sancta girl that we were in fact immigrants here on scholarship from Lebanon and Laos, respectively. Or Laos, as Josh kept calling it. Don't know how she didn't pick up on that. Yarns about cultural differences and all the rest ensued, entirely off the top of our heads. Number 2, upon returning to university grounds, Josh and I stumbled across a half-knocked over tree. We did the natural thing and promptly decided on doing a quick landscaping job. We uprooted said tree and planned on taking it with us as a souvenir. You can imagine our disappointment when our friends from Sancta told us it couldn't come inside. And number 3, crashing on one Phoebe Price's floor, thank you Phoebe, and annoying her until morning with what I can only assume were some really, really bad Shakespeare monologues.
It was so bad.
I'm sorry, I really am. However, the story of that night does not end there. I woke up that morning at 6:30 a.m. Josh was poking me. Oi, Min, how much do you know about cars? Good question, right? He had been up all night researching car parts so that I could call into his work as a mechanic, explaining his car failure and why he couldn't come to work that day. I got on the phone and it worked. Josh, I love you, man. One day we'll figure out what the spins didn't.